How's it going, everyone? Should be ready to go here. Get a couple more things set up. Be ready to rock and roll this flight. All right, here we are in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at Albuquerque International Airport with Delta. Got to cruise on over to Salt Lake City. All right, let's see here. Wow, that gate's not kind of. Let's see if I can fix that gate. Now, normally.
Clearance delivery Delta Tree 04 IFR to Salt Lake, ready to copy. Delta Tree 04 is cleared to Salt Lake Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure frequency is 123.9er, squawk tree 02. Delta Tree 04 cleared to Salt Lake Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 26 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 123.9er, squawk tree 02. Delta Tree 04 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.9er. Good day.
Okay. So runway 26, climb and maintain 12,000 feet. All right, got that. That's been there. So this is a whole different game. It's the first time on the channel, so.
Albuquerque ground Delta Tree 04. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Let's see if it does
Delta
it right.
Tree 04, we can't connect the jetway to the aircraft. Please retry later. Albuquerque ground Delta Tree 04. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft? Delta Tree 04, we can't connect the jetway to the aircraft. Please retry later.
Okay. Well, that's kind of dumb. You know, question is it because I'm kind of too far back? Because you can see that yellow line. I was hoping to get it connected. Not gonna happen. So let's call the catering.
Albuquerque ground Delta Tree 04. Could you please send the catering truck? Delta Tree 04, the catering truck is on the road.
At least wait about 5-10 minutes before departure. I was really hoping to get that gate connected, but that's not gonna happen. So we'll just play it as is. Wait for that fill truck to come. Oh, there's a catering truck. Alright, let's get the baggage surface done too.
Albuquerque ground Delta Tree 04. Could you please send the baggage? Delta Tree 04 baggage is on the way.
Now I have a chart here printed off. Let's see. Who is it by? Chartfox.com. And runway 26. So that's kind of pretty much on the opposite side of the airport. So you got a little bit of a taxiway. So let's see how they want us to taxi down there. We won't get that clearance until we start pushing back. So what's going to be done, I'm going to have the AI co-pilot worry about the radio frequencies. I'm going to let them talk with ATC. My job is to pretty much fly the aircraft into Salt Lake. So I'll have the AI do all that. Now, fun fact, I used to actually work in this airport for American Airlines. Right out of high school, I was a ramp agent. That was many, many years ago. So I used to work on kind of where those gates are at, where you see the United. That's where our American gates were at. And Delta was back here, kind of went across to the right there. I think so. A couple of the gates were JetBlue, and then on the other side was pretty much ran by Southwest Airlines. So looks like the ground crew's pretty much done what they have to do. I'm not gonna call for fuel. They already got that on board. And depending how long it takes to get to Salt Lake, well, because eventually I want to get to Las Vegas. So I'm going to try to play it as realistic as possible. Delta obviously hit the main hubs, and the closest one to us is Salt Lake. So we'll fly into Salt Lake, and either again tonight, continue the flight into Las Vegas, or another evening we'll fly from Salt Lake into Las Vegas. All right, looks like ground crew is done. We've been 8 minutes on the ground. Let's start getting this aircraft ready. We're going to be doing this from cold to dark. So turn on the batteries. The AI should kick in, I think, once I get the APU starting. I think. Alright, we got APU be starting. We'll give this a couple seconds. Turn on the seatbelts. No smoking on the aircraft, please. And we'll start the APU. Now, I've been trying to understand this controls. I'm not comfortable yet doing that. For the time being, when I have to swap from, one airport to the next, we'll have to go back to the main menu and do it from there. Alright, so we got APU is on. We'll turn on the bleed. We should be good to turn off our external power. The AI should be having them do that, but they're not. So we'll do it ourselves.
Albuquerque ground, Delta Tree 04 requesting pushback.
Delta Tree 04 pushback. Request accepted.
I notice sometimes when I do external power, instead of turning the APU right away, the AI co-pilot does not contact pushback. You can see that they're connecting up. Alright, we can take off our brake here. I'm gonna go straight back, and then that should be what, to our left? I think it should be to the left. Kind of wait till the aircraft gets more into that center orange line. I guess while we're pushing back, we'll get engine 2 started. You can see engine 2 spinning.
Albuquerque ground, Delta Tree 04 requesting the end of pushback.
Oh, there's the AI.
Delta Tree 04 request to end pushback received.
engine 1, and parking brake. Turn our nav lights.
Albuquerque ground, Delta Tree 04, with India ready to taxi IFR.
Strobe lights. I'll just turn them all
Delta
on.
Tree 04 taxi to and hold short of runway 26 using taxiway Alpha Echo, cross runway 17 Echo. Contact tower on 120 decimal tree when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 26 via taxiway Alpha Echo cross runway 17 Echo Delta Tree 04.
Alright. I thought I'd turn off these taxi ribbons. Let me do that. Turn those off. Don't really need those. And it looks like our engines are good. Let's turn off our, I think it's APU bleed. And then our master. Lock over this. And that's it. External power's off. APU is off. We're running off of engine power now. And our engine switch is into center. And I am running the thrustmaster HOTUS. I think that's what it's called, to control the aircraft. So, what did ATC say? All right, Delta's taxi to and hold short of runway 26. Okay. Using taxiway Alpha. Alpha Echo cross runway 17 Echo. So taxiway Alpha Echo. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I have a map here with the airport. And Echo is just south of runway 26. So I'm assuming this to come down Alpha over Echo. But then it says cross runway 17. And there is no 17, unless that's that one. Okay. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna have to cross. No. Let me see. We'll follow this line and see where it takes me. Yeah. Thrustmaster HOTUS 4, I think, or 1. Got it a couple weeks ago. I'm actually enjoying it better than playing on the controller.
SkyWest Tree 826 taxi to gate 1 via taxiway. Charlie, cross runway, Tree 5 Charlie.
See, there's Alpha. So this is Alpha to the left and the right. Let me... I think I'm gonna have to turn left.
Taxi
Down.
to gate 1 via taxiway. Charlie, cross runway, Tree 5. Charlie, SkyWest Tree 826.
Yep. Okay. That's what I thought. So I think the runway 17 is what they're telling me is an old runway that used to be active back in the days, but they don't. Albuquerque Airport is not. They don't operate on that one anymore. Do an outside view. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. I'll just kind of turn down the ambient sound of the aircraft. And so I'm not playing. This is at 12 p.m. of this day. So
SkyWest Tree 826, hold position, caution, other traffic.
okay. I have live traffic. Well, I guess live traffic at this
Hold
time.
position, SkyWest Tree 826. SkyWest Tree 826, continue taxi.
I think that's SkyWest, that yellow aircraft right there to the.
Roger, SkyWest Tree 826.
Yeah, that. I think that's the runway that they're talking about. 17. So we can cross this runway. There's X's. We'll just confirm. No one's on a final. It looks good. Yeah, I'll go flap 2 on this guy. We'll start doing flaps. Yeah, hold run short via taxi Alpha Echo cross runway 17 Echo Delta. Okay. I think it should just be literally down here. Get a little more throttle. Kind of going slow. At least they're giving us a good departure. So that's where the best way to get out of here. Good old 747 on the left side of the aircraft. Is that Air Force One, or it says United States of America? The other aircraft I have unlocked on this game is 737 Max. So eventually we'll be playing Southwest and the bigger American. I think American livery Delta is on there. Oh yeah, they want me to take the whole runway. Should be coming to the end here. I think that's one that's to go. This is such a cool game. It's crazy that it's on console. That's a Echo? I can't tell. Let's see. Let's just take the full runway. All the way to the end here. What's your favorite airline to fly on? Mine has to be Southwest. Alright, there's 2-6. I'll hold short right here.
Albuquerque Tower Delta Tree 04 ready for departure runway 26 IFR to Salt Lake.
Delta Tree 04 altimeter 29er.79er, wind 272 at 9er. Cleared for takeoff runway 26.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 Delta Tree 04.
Alright, we are clear for takeoff. Runway 26. We have seatbelts on. Yep. Oh, they're on. We'll turn on wing lights here. All our lights are good to go. Flaps in 2. Just want to make sure we are good. I think we are. Come up about right there. Okay. Let's line up on center. Now, no any way, shape, or form do I know anything really about aircraft, Microsoft, Flight Simulator, anything like that. Watch a lot of YouTube videos. I guess you can call me a geek when it comes to aircraft. It amazes me that these thousands of pounds of metal can, fly in the sky without falling. Okay. Last confirm. Elevators, rudders, all that stuff is good to go. Flaps 2. Parking brake is off. Let's go 50%. Alright. Add more throttle. There's notch 1. Notch 2. Looking for V1. V1 looks like about 140 something knots. V1. Start climbing. Good rate. Yours up.
Delta Tree 0 for contact Albuquerque departure on 12.3.9er. Good day.
Going to 123.9er, Delta Tree 04. Albuquerque departure Delta Tree 04 is at 6,700 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
Delta Tree 04 Albuquerque departure altimeter 29.79er. Continue to Curly as planned.
Okay, Curly.
Generic 5, Lima
Let's
Golf
go.
1 miles northwest.
Autopilot.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway 26 approach.
Auto throttle.
Delta Tree 04 climb and maintain flight level 180.
180.
Generic 5 Lima Golf contact Albuquerque departure on 127.4. Good day.
Climb and maintain flight level 180, Delta Tree 04.
Delta Tree 04 traffic is 4 o'clock, 2 miles at 6,200 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Delta Tree 04 traffic in sight.
Going to 127 decimal for
Alright, we'll
generic
go
5
up on
Lima Golf.
flaps to 1. We'll see you later, Albuquerque. Alright, we are above 10,000 feet. We can knock off our landing lights. Turn off our taxi lights. I think everything else looks good. So I want to make sure that everything is set up. It looks like autopilot is taking over. At 11.6 on the altitude, we're going up to 180. I think that's terrain. We can keep terrain on because
Delta Tree 04 contact Albuquerque Center on 132.8. Good day.
and we'll finish off flaps.
132.8 Delta Tree 04.
While I'm
Albuquerque
cruising, I like to
Center
leave it
Delta
at
Tree 04 is at 13,500 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Delta Tree 04 Albuquerque Center altimeter 29.80. Continue to Curly as planned.
Yep, we're going to Curly, alright.
Delta Tree 04 contact Albuquerque departure on 123.9er. Good day.
Going to 123.9er, Delta Tree 04. Albuquerque departure Delta Tree 04 is at 14,100 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Delta Tree 04 Albuquerque departure altimeter 29.80. Continue to Curly as planned. Delta Tree 04 contact Albuquerque Center on 132.8. Good day.
132.8 Delta Tree 04. Albuquerque Center Delta Tree 04 is passing 15,100 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Delta Tree 04 Albuquerque Center altimeter 29.80. Continue to Curly as planned.
2980. Headed into overcast. Now, they should be making us go up a little bit higher. I think I filed for high altitude flight today.
Delta Tree 04 climb and maintain flight level 280.
280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280 Delta Tree 04.
Climbing. And I think that's only about 30,000 feet or so. Like roughly 28,000 feet. I'll turn off the seatbelt sign. Passengers can move around.
Delta Tree 04 contact Albuquerque Center on 124 decimal tree 25. Good day.
124 decimal tree 25 Delta Tree 04. Albuquerque Center Delta Tree 04 is at flight level 185 climbing flight level 280.
Delta Tree 04 Albuquerque Center. Continue to Curly as planned.
Okay. I think kind of a bad thing. They always ATC always talks a lot. I guess it's because I have live air traffic control. But how's everyone doing today? And the nice thing about this game is now that you're uh, ascending, cruising, kind of just sit back, listen to the radio, see what they want you to do, and adjust accordingly. Kind of relaxing. If you're just joining the stream, we departed Albuquerque, New Mexico, out of their international airport, and Delta Flight 304 en route to Salt Lake City International Airport in Utah. Good old Airbus A320neo. Now this aircraft is much easier to understand and control in this game versus the 737 MAX that I bought a couple weeks ago. But I guess the more and more you play and the more you mess around, you eventually get used to it. Like hitting a little bit of turbulence. Coming up to 28,000 feet.
Delta Tree 04 climb and maintain flight level tree 80.
380. Okay.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 80 Delta Tree 04.
Again, the only thing AI is going to be radio control. That's the only thing AI is going to be doing. I'm pretty much in control of the aircraft, takeoff, uh, autopilot, all that stuff. The AI will just talk to ATC. Me, it kind of gets too overwhelming when you got to do all these adjustments and all the different things. You don't respond to them quickly. Did you, did you copy? Did you copy? Yeah, I did copy, but just give me a minute. I gotta do a couple adjustments here. So probably about 35, 36,000 feet, I'll turn off the seatbelt sign. Because people can get their snacks and customers can get up and get their belongings, all that stuff. We're about 80 miles on this dial. I'm going to do it to 320, and you can see that on 320, we're still not close to Salt Lake. Now, my question is, it says 18,200 feet. Is that what the game, like what we should be? Or is that just, like you need to be higher than this? Always wondered that. Air number 8455. Hemis. Yeah, such a cool game. Now it should be about an hour flight, a little bit less. Now I've always had luck that when I'm starting to come into the approach and into the final, there's always an aircraft that's always just about to land or doesn't get off the runway fast enough, and this like always happens to me when I deal with live traffic. I always got to abort the landing. So let's see if it makes me do that. Now it's Salt Lake. Alright, we can turn off the fasten seatbelt signs here. How's it going, Spy? I'm doing pretty good. Another late night stream, this time Microsoft Flight Simulator. Been playing it for about a month and a half
Delta
now.
Tree 04 contact Denver Center on 118.575. Good day.
How was your night, Spy?
Going to 118.575 Delta Tree 04.
Let's see what
Denver
ATC
Center
says.
Delta Tree 04 flight level tree 80.
Delta Tree 04, Denver Center. Continue to pumps as planned.
Palms, okay. Well, I think that should be pretty much cruising. Now, what I like to do once I get up to cruising, I like to, let's see here. Ah, there we go, right here. Well, that's good to hear, yeah. Um, I have the Xbox Series X, been a game changer, and that's one reason I wanted to buy it is because of this game. I see a bunch of other YouTubers out there playing this game, and I'm a I'm a geek when it comes to aircraft. I don't know a whole lot about them. You can show me pictures, and I couldn't really tell you um, if it's a Boeing and Airbus, but just it fascinates me that something so heavy, like an Airbus A380 or a 747, something so big, so heavy, can fly. at 40,000 feet. Look at the Dreamliner 787. Um, I mean, that thing can fly for what, 18, 19 hours now? It's crazy the technology we have. You know, you can get, and I heard that they're bringing back the Concorde, and it amazes me that you can get from London Heathrow to New York City in like 3 or 4 hours. It's mind blowing what air
Denver
traffic
Center,
control.
Frontier, Flight 110 tree, flight level 260. Frontier Flight 110 tree, Denver Center, continue to Papa Golf Alpha as planned.
Yeah, this one is A320neo. I have this aircraft, passenger line, and the 747. I'm not ready for that one yet. I'm still trying to understand the controls, and it's a lot harder to maneuver. And then I also got the 737 MAX. Again, that one, there's a lot more switches to turn off and turn on when you're doing cold and dark starts. And I like to kind of get the realism out of it. So I guess with the more practice, eventually you'll see the 737 in the future on the channel. But for right now, we'll stick with the Neos. It's such an easy aircraft. It's easy to land. It's easy to understand. I like it. And there's a lot of liveries, skins that you can get for it. Frontier, Spirits, American, Delta, United. What else are the ones I got? Allegiant. And when I try to pretty much do videos like this, I want to try to stick with common flight routes. So that's why I'm doing from Albuquerque to Salt Lake because Delta, that's their hub city in Salt Lake. And so they have flights from Albuquerque to Salt Lake. My eventually goal with this flight is to get to Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, I'm just saying, I fly the fly-by-wire A320X, but you're on Xbox, so you can't get. Is that on PC only? Yeah, I'm pretty good at starting this aircraft. The 737, there's a couple buttons I always forget, a couple switches on the panel. I always got to go back and watch a couple of YouTube videos. I always think it's funny that YouTubers watch other YouTube's videos for help, especially when you're starting out. That's a cool thing about the community as a whole, you know. Yeah, that's one thing I wish Microsoft allows. A lot of the content that PC has, I wish it was over here on Xbox. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you can do a lot more on PC, and but hopefully in the future, I'm able to get a PC. That's my ultimate goal for the channel, is to get PC and bring all these games over. Because I even want to, when I do train sim world games, I also want to use the hand controls. Um, but again, that's only on PC. Telling you, this game is like so relaxing, so calm. It's like it's just it's relaxing. I think there was an engine view. Let's see, I think on this one. Yeah, there we go. And on the right side of the aircraft. Yeah, or the console players. But you know what? I'm very shocked that you can play a flight sim on console. And you would think it would maybe just be a short haul flight or discovery flight, just in the general area, right? Just maybe just New York City, and that was it. You're able to go anywhere in the world, have live traffic, have live weather on a console. So maybe one day um, we'll be able to do everything on console like they do on PC. I highly doubt it, but you never know. And the detail in this game too, the window's dirty. You can see the a couple scratches or something, either like fingerprints on the window, on the bottom where the engine's at. Now to really test my skills, which I don't have much skills since I haven't been playing this game that's long, but is to land in either windy conditions or using more instruments like in fog or snow. Yeah, yeah, consoles are. Yeah, I think with the new generation consoles are pretty much restricted PCs. Um, when I first started my channel, I was playing on the Xbox One, and when I transitioned to the Series X, I mean it was a big difference, graphic wise. The downloading into the game so much quicker. But my question is, what are they gonna do next? You know, um, we got 4K consoles, um, faster speeds. I mean, you're able to play simulator games. Even the PS5 is able to withstand a lot of things. The games are getting bigger, right? Um, so what else can they do to, the future generation of consoles? I learned the same thing with cell phones. We have a bunch of cool gadgets and cell phones, and to me, I can't really think of anything else that we can add into to these computers. But they always find a way to figure something newer, something better. Yeah, my Xbox One. Today, uh, earlier this afternoon was the first time I turned it on in like 3 months. I couldn't play any games because everything had to be updated. So, yeah, 360. Yep, yep. I have I think the first release of the 360, the black one. No, it was the second because I think it's the slim, the 360 slim. I still have that. That still runs and operates. It's crazy. I think last week I just turned it on just to see what the heck it was. Just what type of games I have, and talk about back in the days. Uh, it was Black Ops 2, San Andreas, which I know San Andreas came out in what PS2, but some older games, and I was like, man, this was like my high school days. But that one still runs. My Xbox One still runs. I just with uh, this game and Train Sim is on the Xbox Series X. I mostly play this one. So, what's your favorite game to play, Spy, on PC? Let's see if the cameras are. Oh, a little bit. I don't know if that engine sound is too loud. Yeah, back in the days, the 360, it it was different. Playing online, um, the games they're just so much different. Kind of wish that those days would come back, but they might not ever. Master Cloud player, yeah. Um, I think hands down the best Call of Duty multiplayer had to be Black Ops. There's no other Call of Duty when it comes to online multiplayer. No other Call of Duty can compete with Black Ops. Now, very close, very close. The second place is Black Ops 2. Yeah. But pretty much all the rest of them, I just felt like they were crap. What is TF2? Yeah, I think there's a couple second delay on my stream. Oh, Team Fortress. Okay. Um, what is Team Fortress? Never heard of that game. Um, you know, probably about 3 years ago, 2, 3 years ago.
Delta Tree 04, contact Denver Center on 127.55. Good day.
127.55 Delta Tree 04. Denver Center Delta Tree 04 flight level tree 80.
Delta Tree 04 Denver Center. Continue as planned.
Okay, I was seeing if they're gonna make us change altitude. Yeah, so maybe 2 to 3 years ago, my gaming preference was a lot different. I was more into first-person shooters, uh, and then around that time, my favorite game was Rainbow Six Siege. That game, pretty much played it every day when I got off of work, all weekend. Um, really good at it, really good at it. And I was thinking of starting a YouTube channel then with that game. I just never got into it. Just worked too much. And then, uh, yeah, about 3 years ago, that's when I started switching over to simulator games, and that's where I found Train Sim. And working for the railroad, and seeing a game like this, I was like, well, what is it about? So I checked it out, and I liked it. I mean, it wasn't 100% accurate, but it was still a fun game, and it's still to this day it's a fun game. And that's what led me to making the channel, is because when I was playing that game, it never explained everything, 100%. The player had to learn themselves, and again, like an aircraft, if you don't know what the buttons do or what this does, then it's going to make your experience a lot worse. So that's what led me to start the channel. And from that day on to now, I I fell more into simulation games. Um, but my favorite sim game will have to be, I don't know, Tara. I do like this one, but I've only been playing it for a couple months. But the other one was Farming Simulator. I can get lost in that game. I can play it for almost half a day, practically a whole day, just trying to build up, my farm. The PC game. Just check out the Meet the Team videos on the videos on YouTube. All right, let's see what other push instances they have. See the winglet. Rare. Oh, that's a pretty cool one. The good old logo on the tail. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Actually, let me remove. Let me shove this down here. There we go. Yeah, sorry for the delay. I don't know if it's what's if it's my computer. 'Cause I have a
Denver Center, JetBlue Tree 55, flight level Tree 40.
okay, yeah.
JetBlue Tree 55, Denver Center, continue to OYV.
I don't know if the delay's from the computer or what. Team Fortress. Let me just. Is it like a sandbox game? Well, thanks for joining the live stream here. Oh, that was a massive air pocket right there, huh? Again, I don't know if that's because that was a real air pocket or because I'm in a different camera angle. So is it kind of like Warzone or Fortnite? Is that what that other game is? Fortnite? Yeah, the co-pilot. He fell asleep. He was late. He couldn't get his coffee at the coffee bar before he jumped on. Oh, okay. Now, as a PC gamer, would you recommend buying it as is and just plug and go, or would you rather build a PC? I've looked up, I mean, tens and maybe even hundreds of videos between Google and YouTube, just trying to figure out, is it better to build? Is it better to buy?
Delta Tree 04 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level Tree 60 generic. Report them in sight.
Delta Tree 04 traffic
Oh, there it is, right there.
0304 traffic alert. 9 o'clock, less than 1 mile flight, level tree 60 generic.
So you give me a
Report
traffic
tree in
alert,
sight.
but the plane's already, we already would have
Delta
collided.
304 traffic in sight.
Jeez Louise.
Spirit Wings 1284 have the traffic.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. Building is cheaper. Now, here's the other question: is it easy to build? Now, like I said, I can go look at YouTube videos, all that stuff, and that's one thing about YouTube is people can make it look easy because they're professionals at it. And so that was my biggest dilemma: is like if I buy all these parts and spend all this money, what if I mess it up? Oh, okay. And that's a wonderful world of YouTube, right? You can, like I said, I mean, there's probably hundreds of videos on building PCs. And then my other problem too is
Delta Tree 04 contact, Salt Lake Center on 125.575.
we're getting closer. Sounds like
Good
it.
day.
Let's see. Um,
125.575 Delta Tree 04.
all right. Let me
Salt Lake
see.
Center, Delta Tree 04, flight level tree 80.
Delta Tree 04 Salt Lake Center. Continue to Nada as planned.
All right, so about
Sun
240
Country 429er.
miles,
Contact Denver
240
Center on
nautical miles out.
127.55. Good day.
I'll wait till all of these go into 160 and I'll
Delta
switch it to
Tree
160.
04 contact Salt Lake Center on 133 decimal niner. Good day. Going to 127.55. Sun Country 429er.
133 decimal niner Delta Tree 04. Salt Lake Center, Delta Tree 04, flight level tree 80.
Delta Tree 04 Salt Lake Center. Continue to Nada as planned.
How's it going, sensitivity? Welcome back to a stream. Yeah, I don't know anybody that will build it unless you find a shop within the local area, which I'm assuming where I live has to be shops. All right, so 192 nautical miles to custom. I put a custom waypoint. Um, so we should be there in what do you think, 20 minutes?
Salt Lake Center, Southwest 1441 flight, level tree 70. Southwest 1441 Salt Lake Center. Continue to NYTRO as planned.
No, PS5 doesn't have flight sim. I wonder if they will even attempt to make one or partner up with who's the other one? X-Plane. Yeah, Sony has to get their act together and see. And if the Xbox can do it, I don't see why the PlayStation couldn't handle it. Yeah, yeah. Microsoft. Like at this point, what does Microsoft don't own? I mean, I don't think that purchase is gonna go through the because what Microsoft wanted to acquire um, the makers of the Call of Duty Blizzard. I don't think that's gonna go through, but Microsoft owns a lot of things. Starting to get to some higher elevations with the mountains tops with snow on it.
Salt Lake Center, Sun Country, 429er flight level tree 60. Sun Country 429er Salt Lake Center. Continue to CGNEY as planned.
Yeah, Bing Maps. I'm not a big fan of Bing. Google all the way. I guess I've just been so many years I've been used to Google, so pretty much everything I dealt with is Google. Who knows? Maybe they'll come out with their console in the future. Drink Sonic's Peach Rings, G Fuel. Like Sonic, the fast food restaurant, or like flavors. And G Fuel is that made by who is that? Mountain Dew. So you, so if you use Bing Maps, you can override it with the Google Maps. Oh, that's funny. That's like I don't know if you've seen that video where that one guy I think had a Coca-Cola glass and he pours in Pepsi and he drinks Pepsi instead of Coke. All right, so since we're playing flight simulator, who was your favorite company to fly with? You got what? Delta, American, United, Southwest, Frontier, Allegiant, Spirit, JetBlue, Hawaiian, Alaskan. Seriously? This plane is, I don't know. Yeah, like your favorite airline to fly on. Mine is Southwest. I can still remember their gold color scheme back in the days. Almost 120 miles out. You've only flown Frontier. I've flown Frontier. Ooh, man, 10 plus years ago. That was before they did their whole change on how they operate now. And back then when I flew with them, there was a pretty good airline. I felt like they were pretty good. Yes, Southwest has to be my favorite. Never flew on Alaska. Never flew on Hawaiian, Allegiant or Spirit. But pretty much all the big carriers, American, United, and Delta, have flown on. Um, Never back in the days, never on U.S. Airways. Done on Continental plenty of times. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are not so keen on how Southwest does their boarding process and all that stuff. I don't know, I guess I just they're not overpriced. Um, and bags fly free. I mean, who doesn't like free stuff? And the area that I live in, there's not very many um, companies that fly in and out of our airport. Let's see here. And I am playing using the Thrustmaster um, HOTAS controls. So that makes it much easier to land than the controller. You know, the one thing I don't understand about this game is the higher you go up in elevation, altitude, the slower your speeds are. Where you can be flying at 10,000, 15,000 feet and you can be doing 320 knots, but here at cruising altitude you're doing 240. The Thrustmaster Airbus throttle, quadrant, and side stick. I don't I know there was another Thrustmaster product that you can use on the Xbox, but man, it was like 400 bucks. That's one I really want, but I'll have to wait till later on in time. Um, Flight sim more difficult to play than you know. I don't think it's more difficult because I haven't really touched the aircraft in probably 30 minutes. Um, I mean, if you're doing VFR flights, if you're doing smaller aircraft, you know, your Cessnas and stuff like that, I can probably see why. But these, you know, airliners, the jets, they fly themselves. I think train sim's harder, and but that's and you would think it'd be the opposite since I know more about trains than I do aircraft. The speed information is not. Yeah, I didn't think. I mean, I always thought like, man, you're
Delta Tree 04 descend and maintain flight level tree 00.
all right. Now we're in our descent. Let's
Descend and maintain flight level tree 00 Delta tree 04.
come on, hover again. Everybody to sit down here because we're starting to our descent here. They said what 300, right? Yeah, sensitivity. Yeah, like I said, I think Train Sim World's harder, and it's not that it's. I don't think both of them are hard. I think if you watch a lot of YouTube videos and you understand the game, that will help. But I think like the other day when I did that live stream on Train Sim World, I mean I couldn't climb the mountain. I mean I couldn't climb the hill with what was it? 8 locomotives? That just made no sense. No sense whatsoever. I should have climbed that like nothing. Even with all those cars. Um, but and this game is more relaxing because it's and like in this type of aircraft in the if you're doing passenger, but because you're really busy when you're taking off and you're busy on your approaches on your final. So and the rest of the way you're just pretty much sitting there, move this dial, whatever they tell you, altitude and that's it. The IAS is accurate at ground level. IAS. Is this what you're talking about? No. Is this it? Let's see. I know I have the volume down on the game. Yeah.
Salt Lake Center, Southwest 1760 flight level tree 20. Delta Tree 04 contact Salt Lake Center on 119.905. Good day.
What is
Southwest
TAS?
1760 Salt Lake Center. Continue to Lima Lima Charlie as planned.
Going to
TAS.
119.905 Delta tree 04. Salt Lake Center Delta tree 04 is at flight level tree 25 descending flight level tree 00.
Delta Tree 04 Salt Lake Center. Continue as planned.
Okay, so let's see. So here's the speed.
Going to 118.85 Allegiant
Because I know I'm an
2297.
auto throttle. Oh, outside of view. Okay. Airspeed is 242 and TAS is 392. So IAS TAS true airspeed. So what's the difference? So am I going 393 knots instead of 242? That's a pretty cool scenery
Delta
down there.
Tree 04 descend and maintain flight level 240.
240.
Descend and maintain flight level 240 Delta Tree 04.
And let's go to, what is that, 80? Yep. I mean, we're pretty much almost here. Because there's Salt Lake right there. So yeah, we're almost 60, 40 miles out of here. Oh, okay. And the one thing I like this game over Train Sim is in Train Sim, you just load in the game and everything's on, right? But I've noticed that a lot of times the locomotives are not set up correctly. So I always got to go back and adjust dials and all that stuff. But in this game, you can either start at a gate, at a runway. You can even start halfway point between two airports. You can do cold and dark starts, or you can do, already on. There's checklists. Like this game, when they designed it, they had more of user friendly. Um, and I think even when they did the training center on Train Sim World, it still didn't answer
Salt Lake Center
a
Southwest
whole bunch of questions.
1760 is passing flight level tree 20 climbing flight level tree 20. Southwest 1760 Salt Lake Center. Continue to Lima Lima Charlie as planned.
You can also see your ground speed. So which one is the ground speed then? Is that the um, underneath the TAS number, the 245? Oh, the other, I don't know if you can answer this, Spy, but I've been trying to figure out, can you replay the camera angles on the landing? Or even on takeoff? I cannot,
Southwest tree 600 contact Salt Lake Center on
I don't know if you can even
127.7.
do it on
Good day.
Xbox. Or you can land, I don't know if it's like you have to like,
Delta Tree 04 descend and maintain 12,000 feet.
alright, 12,000 feet.
Going to 127.7 Southwest tree 600.
Descend and maintain 12,000 feet Delta Tree 04.
In the left corner. And you're talking about like if I'm on the outside view, right? Yeah, see, I need to figure out the replay capability. Cause I always think I do decent landings, but I'm not the best. Now I've gotten better using the Thrustmaster. When I first started playing this game only with the controller, I was all over the place because the thumbsticks are so sensitive. You can, you'll move it and you try to correct it, and the plane is still going wherever direction that thumbstick first went. In the cockpit, left hand corner.
Speedbird 274 contact Salt Lake Center
So you're talking about
127.7.
this
Good day.
speed right here? display. So I'm assuming this is the navigation display, correct? GSTAS. And is this the wind? Is that 35 knots out of the 355?
Delta Tree 04 contact, Salt Lake approach on 128.6. Good day.
Going to
Oh, okay.
128.6 Delta Tree 04. Salt
So,
Lake approach Delta Tree 04 is passing flight level 190 descending 12,000 feet.
Delta Tree 04, Salt Lake approach. Continue as planned.
so then GS is ground speed, I'm assuming, right? Oh, okay, and then this is what tells me how far I'm away from that next waypoint. See? I can watch a bunch of videos on YouTube, and I still don't get it, and then you do a live stream, and I can learn stuff up there too. Yeah, in the 730 Max, I mean there's buttons everywhere. Like I said, I know just batteries, the pumps, APU, and external power. So is this game real life flight duration? Like, would it actually take you this long to fly from um, Albuquerque to Salt Lake? Like when they designed the map, they designed it accurate to what we would witness in real life? Because I know what an American Truck Simulator, they have a like it's pretty much kind of open world, but they're kind of condensed the roads, which kind of makes sense because you're you can only be doing 60 miles an hour. And I can only imagine going from Los Angeles to Salt Lake. It's gonna take you, I mean, still half a day playing the game. Emergency buttons. I don't think a lot of them don't work. I think they're just for like this one. Yeah, see, you can't use the fire, which makes no sense because I think you can um, put in emergencies, like when you load in the game, if you want to have engine failures and all that stuff. I think, but yeah, you can't really mess with those, and there's a lot of buttons you can't mess with. Now I know I think in the other aircraft that they have um, in the game, like a lot more buttons you can mess with. And then I think the reason why I can't toggle a lot of these switches is because it's on the Xbox. I think with PC, um, you can do a lot more. But we're I would say probably 15 minutes, if that. And Salt Lake is probably, I think, down there.
Salt Lake departure Delta 139er2 is passing 5,000 feet, climbing flight level 350. Delta 139er2, Salt Lake departure altimeter 30.15. Continue to scan as planned.
How cool, huh? Got even snow on here. They really did a good job at this game. I mean, they could just make the mountains look all funcutated, but you can actually see the canyons and you know, just the, I mean, they look real. Let's look at it.
Delta Tree 04, please expedite your descent 12,000 feet.
All right. Okay, so I gotta expedite. I'm at 12,000 feet, so that means that this is not set correctly. So, question is, what is that pressure supposed to be at? Altimeter 3015? No, that's Delta. Didn't really tell me, did they? Or should I just put in that number? 3015.
Delta Tree 04, please expedite your descent 12,000 feet.
Yes, lady. I'm at 12,000 feet. I don't think you're able to pick me up on radar, though. I'm gonna put in this altimeter. I think that's where you put it in, right here. I'm gonna try it and see what they say. They didn't tell me, and I can't listen to ATIS right now.
Delta Tree 04, descend and maintain 11,000 feet.
Oh, let's see right there. So now I
Descend
was
and
at
maintain
12,
11,000 feet Delta Tree 04.
2. Okay, 11,000 feet. Oh, negative. I don't think that's a good thing. Okay, 11,000 feet. And so I noticed too when I watch YouTube videos and people are playing on PC, you're able to listen to ATIS while you're, you know, coming in um, into the general area. And I can't really listen to it until I'm on tower. And that's one thing I wish that they had let us do on Xbox. You know, I can listen to ATIS and get, you know, my weather. That's
Delta 1 Tree 902, contact Salt Lake Center on 128.55. Good day.
that's pretty close to the mountain. Really close.
128.55 for Delta 1 Tree 902.
On cruise, put it to standard. Um, so like that.
Salt Lake departure Delta 1 Tree 902 is at 10,100 feet, climbing flight level tree 50.
Did I do that right, Spy?
Delta 1 Tree 902, Salt Lake departure altimeter tree 0.12, continue to ARCHC as planned. Delta 1 Tree 902, contact Salt Lake Center on 128.55.
Okay. Well, thanks for your help so
Good
far.
day.
When I'm doing on my left turn here, we pretty much focusing on the approach and the final whatever they call it.
128.55 Delta 1 Tree 902.
Oh, let's see here. We're set at 11,000 feet. So, does that connect to this airport? We can turn on our ILS, because this would be an ILS approach. It's a 73 hours from Salt Lake. Okay, so you live in this general area of the country, huh? So are you in Idaho or Utah? The Great Salt Lake, huh? Nice.
Delta Tree 04, you are 21 miles north. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 16 left approach via Oscar Golf Delta transition. Cleared to Oscar Golf Delta.
Alright, what are you doing, Plank? We gotta go
Maintain
left,
present
but
heading and altitude. Expect
as
ILS
long as I
runway
don't go into that
16 left
mountain.
approach via Oscar Golf Delta transition. Cleared to Oscar Golf Delta Delta Tree 04.
Delta Tree 04, descend and maintain 9,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet Delta Tree 04.
Let's see here. I'm gonna take over real quick. Let's go left. I don't want to turn right since their airport's back that way. It's weird how it this one we turn right. That was no way I was shaping before I was gonna go down to 9,000 feet doing that way.
2,500.
All right, let's level out here.
2,500.
Yes. All right. Let's see if autopilot can reconnect again. And she said 9,000 feet. Please don't turn right. Stay left. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's the bad thing about the sim is sometimes it just because on the map it showed that turn to the right and then going back left. And I don't know why it wanted me to go down towards the mountain. Okay, let's go flaps 1. Be a little bit closer. I'll want to arm on the spoilers. Don't have it on standard when near the ground. Put the pressure on the thing you set. Okay, so go back to 3015. Let's see if I can get ATIS now. All right, 9,000 feet. Okay. Surely it's not on comms too. Nope. Okay. Maybe they'll call it out when we come in. Normally they don't. All right, we'll go flaps 2. And I'm still in auto throttle. See the runway.
Delta Tree 04, descend and maintain 7,500 feet.
7,500
Descend and
feet.
maintain 7,500 feet, Delta Tree 04.
I gotta keep an eye on my ILS approach so I can get those, the localizer and the approach armed. So let's go flaps 2.
Southwest 2312, you are 11 miles west. Climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 17 approach via Oscar Golf Delta transition. Cleared to Oscar Golf Delta. Delta Tree 04, you are 13 miles north of Salt Lake. Contact Salt Lake Tower on 118 decimal tree when inbound on the approach.
We're pretty much inbound
Tower
right now.
on 118 decimal tree, Delta Tree 04.
Pretty much
Salt Lake Tower,
inbound.
Delta Tree 0412 miles north inbound ILS runway 16 left approach.
Delta Tree 04 Salt Lake Tower. Altimeter tree 0.12 when comm cleared ILS runway 16 left approach.
Okay, altimeter.
Cleared ILS runway 16 left approach, Delta Tree 04.
Alright, now let's get our approach armed and our localizer. I think I'm doing that right. Gear down. And now we can arm the spoilers. Alrighty. Let's get rid of all these windows. We need pretty much calm. Let's get our landing lights on. I seem a little high, don't I? Yeah, I think I'm a little high. Turn off autopilot and we'll take over. Let's see if I can even get this thing down on the ground.
Delta Tree 04 wind tree, tree niner at 7. Cleared to land runway 16 left.
I don't know if I'm able to land.
Cleared to land runway 16 left, Delta Tree 04.
Let's see. No, I think I'm way too high. Way too high. This is where the approach never really armed. Or never was on the glide slope.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
So yeah, I just want to make sure. Yep.
1,000.
Yeah, I'm hand flying it now. Auto throttle is off. Looks like no one's on the runway.
500.
Too low. Give a little more
400.
throttle.
300. 200. 100.
Gonna be short, am I? Let's hold it up.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Oh, we made it. Salt Lake City. I think it was one of my best landings so far. Look at that plane to the right, just floating in the air. Let's see. Right there. There it is. I never got the.
Delta Tree 04 exit runway when able.
Let's see.
Delta Tree 04 contact ground on 121.9er.
Going to 121.9er, Delta Tree 04.
Now, where do you pull off? You kind of do past this marker and then stop, get clearance from ground. Oh, let's call it right there. Okay. Let's get clearance.
Salt Lake ground, Delta Tree 04 taxi to the gate.
Delta Tree 04 taxi to Gate Golf Tree via Taxiway Hotel Tree Hotel.
Taxiing to Gate Golf Tree via Taxiway Hotel Tree Hotel Delta Tree 04.
Taxi to gate G3 via taxi Hotel 3 Hotel G3. Okay. Get rid of this. And I'm going to put the ribbon on taxi. But do not know where we're going. Can fix everything. Start the APU. So how do you is it just like normal? Yeah, I didn't land with the auto brake. I noticed that the plane was kind of a little heavy. So do you start the APU like, dude, is this person landing right? No, that's the one that's floating. Do you start the APU like how you would start it? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we'll do that. And then you turn on the APU bleed too, right? Once it's started. Don't tell me that plane's in our gate. Yeah, I think that American aircraft is in the gate. Bleed is for air conditioning. Okay. So you can run the APU simultaneously when you run the engines. Where am I going? Yeah, this aircraft's in the way.
Delta Tree 04 hold
Yeah, there is other traffic. He's in my gate.
Delta Tree 04, continue taxi.
What do I
Roger,
do
Delta
here?
Tree 04.
Do I just run it over? Because I don't have a marshaller on any other. I guess I could take G5. I could take G5, can I? What do you think, chat? G1, G5, or just screw it, just go in where that American's at? That's why I usually don't pick gates. I just allow them to give me whatever gate they think is available. Ah, we'll just run it over. Just pretend it's not there. We are bigger than it. Hey, look at that. We kind of cover it. Just see a little bit of the American Eagle, American Airlines tail. Okay, so now that the APU is running, I can just knock off the engines, right? And now the passengers, once you click this, they freak out, right? Get out, get the bag. We'll keep the beacon on since the APU is still running. I don't know. So would I turn it on now just for the heck of it? The bleed? Turn. I'm good down there, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I got hooked up. Let's get their bags off.
Salt Lake Ground, Delta Tree 04. Could you please send the baggage?
Delta Tree 04 baggage is on the way.
So let's say I want to turn off external power. Do I click that on and then turn off the APU? Okay, wait, where do they go? Oh, well, I guess no one gets their bags then. Let's see. Let's see if I call them if they'll come back.
Salt Lake Ground, Delta Tree 04. Could you please send the baggage?
Delta Tree 04, we don't know where the baggage is.
We don't know where the baggage is. Well, you're about to piss off some customers because you lost their bags. You don't know where it's at? Oh my gosh, so what type of business are you running?
Salt Lake Ground, Delta Tree 04. Could you please send the baggage?
Delta Tree 04 baggage is on the way.
Thank you. Just get the plane unloaded now. And let's.
Salt Lake Ground, Delta Tree 04. Could you please send the catering truck?
Delta Tree 04, we can't send your catering truck. Please retry later.
Well, it's right there. Well, people need their
Salt
Sprite.
Lake Ground, Delta Tree 04. Could you please send the catering truck?
Delta Tree 04, the catering truck is on the road.
All right.
Salt Lake Ground, Delta 10 Tree, 6 request taxi to the gate.
I'll just turn all this off.
Delta 10 Tree, 6 taxi to gate Golf 1 using taxiway Hotel 4
We can
Hotel.
turn off the beacon. So that's pretty much it. Got parking brake set. Engines are knocked off.
Taxiing to gate Golf 1
Throttle's
using
off.
taxiway hotel for hotel Delta 1036.
I think that's it, right? Yeah. I guess we set the battery. Well, that was a pretty fun flight. And the baggage and everybody else decided to take off. Turn off the pumps, okay? So, Alright, is that pretty much everything, Spy? On when you come into the gate? And turn off the plane would be basically external power and batteries, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, see? Thanks for your help. Thanks for your help. An hour and 21 minutes. Yeah, I wonder if and how I can do the replay because I want to see the landing continue. Okay. Well, I think that is going to be it for the stream. I know next time I come back on this, I will start from this exact gate and we'll be heading over to Las Vegas. So that should be a pretty quick, short hop over there. Same flight, Delta and all that stuff. But yeah, thanks again, Spy, for all your help. Eventually I'll get used to all of the switches and I forgot to arm the auto brake. That's probably why I didn't stop right away. Well, if you enjoyed it, please consider giving the video a like. Help out the YouTube algorithm there. But I guess till next time, we will see you guys in Salt Lake City. Have a good night and take care.